Am I? Hold on.
Allow us to reintroduce ourselves.
All
We
right,
are
let
the
me.
same.
Am, oh,
TH to the SE.
go ahead.
EN.
Go ahead. Go.
Well, I was introducing us, and we got the whole crew is here today, ladies and gentlemen. Just so y'all know, everybody is here. We got Mo Schefter.
Yes.
We got Vic Jr. We got Jay Ham. Ronnie, you might as well just come on the screen because we already heard your voice. It's okay. We might as well come on through. You're a Drake fan. Come through.
I mean, it ain't like you a guest. It's
your house.
Yeah, I'm saying.
It's your house.
I'm on the way.
So with that being said, man, look, it's the scene. Views from the 22 Sunday night recap, Monday night preview. We got a great show for y'all today. We start this show like we do every other show, and we're just gonna introduce the crew. Ham, hey man, it's been a crazy week. We got the birthday week. Ham, man, holla at the people real quick before we get going, man.
The unusual December Monday night doubleheader. I don't even know who playing. I'm just here really hanging out and kicking it, man. I might get in the lab a little bit. I'm actually here to, because we were supposed to do midnight views last night, but Chef had some extra pimping that he had to get done. So we just leave it for what it is. I mean, that's why we here now. So we're gonna keep it rocking.
Then we got our guy over here, the guy, the Russell Wilson apologist, Mr. Vic Jr. himself. Vic, man, holla at the people, man.
Listen, when the haters gonna come knocking on your door, just don't open the door. Just keep working. Just keep working and mind your business. Keep working. No, so let me stop. Nah, man. Listen, it's just having fun. We argue. We should go live when we argue sometimes, Jeremy and I, because it's pretty entertaining. But it's fun. But it's for the love of the game, and it's for the love of the players. Trying to spread that love to Jerm sometimes, but it's hard.
I mean, you gets no love from me. All right, hey man, we got our guy Big Shot Ron, man. Big Shot, man, holla at the people, man.
Hey, I'm here. All of y'all watching, you're tagged. I know how y'all love this tag thing, so that's what I was doing. All 125 of you are now tagged. Don't at me. Don't at Jeremy. Don't at him. Don't at Vic.
Don't at Mo either.
Well, you can add me. I probably ain't gonna read it.
Shouts out, but I'm happy to be here. It's Monday Madness pregame, doubleheader, week recap. Let's get to it, man. No time to waste.
Yeah. Hey, man, and without further ado, man, I saved you for last, sir, because we didn't see yesterday. They all ask about Chef when he's not there. Mm-hmm. Look, all we do is we just fill in around here, man. Look, that's what we do. That's what great teams do.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Chef was on load management yesterday. Literally.
Literally.
Not the kind you think it means, but literally.
Literally. So with that being said, hey man, Chef, go ahead. I'm gonna pass it to you. Let's hit it. Z Midnight Views.
Yes,
let's
sir.
go.
Watch the ratings go up as soon as he starts talking. Watch.
That's unnecessary. That's unnecessary. Hey, listen, yesterday was weird for me, man. Yesterday was weird, okay? But as Lupe says, the show must go on, and it feels good, damn good. It feels peaceful to be back here on the scene with views. I know I only missed one day, but it felt like an eternity. Honestly, I couldn't even watch the show. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. Like I could have tuned in. I just tuned in to show love, but it was too hurtful to miss views and dues. But y'all did a great job because I saw the comments. I saw the ratings were good, and like I said, I just appreciate the team we have on the scene because like every single one of us are just leaders in our own right, and we just carry on through. So, fellas. I just want to say it live on the air in front of everybody. I appreciate the support that y'all have shown me behind the scenes over the last few days. But let's get to these midnight views. For the first time, I didn't get to type it up, but I'm just gonna go off the top and see how it goes. I saw the Browns beat the Titans, and MJ, if you're watching, I'm sure you are. This is why when you asked if Pittsburgh can beat Tennessee, It was an astounding yes for me. It was an astounding yes for Germ because, like we said, Pittsburgh is a team that you got to beat. And Tennessee is a team, credit to the Browns, but Tennessee is a team that's going to beat themselves. And we saw that early with that Derrick Henry fumble. Raiders and the Jets, congratulations to the New York Jets. That was one of the best games you guys have ever done. The Raiders, I officially do not want to talk about anymore for the rest of the year because it took one of the most unexplainable, horrendous defensive calls I have ever seen in my entire life. I don't understand what Greg Williams was thinking, but he deserves to be fired.
He did that on purpose.
Hey, maybe he did. Maybe he did. You know, maybe he's a sacrificial lamb and they want to get that first round pick. And it was like, yo, best way we can do it is to put it on Greg Williams. And Greg was like, hey, say goodnight to the bad guy, okay? We need one in every story, baby. Jaguars versus Vikings, same thing, man. Vikings do nothing good for my likings, okay? I don't care that you beat the Jaguars by 3. Bengals versus
likings,
Dolphins.
huh?
Yeah, you see that? Bengals versus Dolphins. Dolphins won 19-7. It is what it is. They had to handle business. They certainly did. They still in that playoff hope. Always our weekly shout out to Brian Flores. Colts versus Texans 26-20. Look, man, Houston, y'all just got, it ain't a problem. Y'all just got bad luck right now. Okay, maybe that Bill O'Brien juju is still in the building. Lions versus Bears. Speaking of getting rid of bad juju, shout out to the Lions, man. They looked like a young pack of hungry lions yesterday. Best energy that I've seen from them all year by far.
Let me add one thing to that real quick, Chef. Here's something interesting. The Lions lost the first meeting because DeAndre Swift dropped the touchdown at the end of regulation on a second down. This time they win the game, and then the Bears throw an interception late, and that's the reason why the Bears lose the game. The Lions should have swept the Bears this year. Shout out to Mo on that part, but hey, man, we got to do better.
Shout out to Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Mentioned him
that
yesterday.
was. I'm gonna let Mo finish, but that was the most Trubisky. If you ever want to see Mitch Trubisky's career summarized in 4 quarters of football, that was it.
Oh, damn. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm for the first time I'm reading these scores off the NFL app and not the Midnight Views because there is no typed up Midnight Views, and it says that this is the first time since 2002 the Bears lose 6 in a row. They're now 5-7 after a 5-1 start. Again, wow. Y'all could save me the Nick Foles narrative of that he is the good or whatever. Y'all need to take down that statue because ain't nothing good has happened in his career since that statue went up. The fact that they are 5-7, I'll tell you why. Because they made that dumbass change to put in Nick Foles over Mitch Trubisky. Where did I reach? Oh, yeah. Saints versus Falcons. I don't even want to talk about this game. Saints win 21-16. Giants, Seahawks. We're going to talk about this one.
I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready.
Well, hey, all right, just keep warming up because the preheat on this game. Mira. You lose to the Giants. You lose to Colt McCoy. Son. Rams versus Cardinals. I know I was raving about the Cardinals early in the season, but as we always say, the best thing about the lab is it gives you the ability to evolve. The Rams are now my favorite team in the NFC West. That's why they were number 3 in my power rankings, which means that they were the number 1 team in the NFC West. And it's because of weeks like this. And we've seen it multiple times. That's why I say they're February ready. They are who they are. They're going to be who they are. It's just, can they show up and execute to their best almost during January and February? If they can, they might make up for 2018, Chief. Eagles versus Packers. Congratulations, Packers. You're now 9-3. Successful season yet again. Blah, blah, blah. I have nothing good I want to say about the Eagles, so we're going to move on. Broncos versus Chiefs, 22-16. the Chiefs ultimately won that game. As I said, division games never make sense, man. You are allowed to have a competitive match against your division rival, regardless of
Tier.
record, right? Regardless of tier, because at the end of the day, it's still 53 professionals going up against 53 professionals. And if we were ever reminded that we need to keep this horrendous, false-sensical, I don't even know if that's a word, narrative that a college team can beat an NFL team, it was yesterday, not just with this game really, but more so with the Jets-Raiders game. That's the midnight views for now. Obviously, the Patriots Chargers. Hey, man, listen. You know when your ex hits you up and she's like, hey, baby, how you doing? I don't know why we didn't work out. Man, look, 45-0. I almost put on my Patriots jersey yesterday. I ain't even gonna lie to you, Germ.
That's crazy, yo.
Let me say this, and as we wrap up midnight views, I'm gonna say this one thing, then I'm gonna swing it over to Vic, and we're gonna go around the horn with a couple of things we've learned this week. Look, man, the Chargers have no excuse to lose the way that they lost. Number one, you got a field goal blocked at the end of the first half that put you down 28-0. You gave up 2 special teams touchdowns in the first half. What are y'all doing? Man, look, this is terrible. Cam Newton had a game. He didn't even throw for 100 yards, man. What did we learn this week? Jay Ham, I'm going to start with you. What did you learn this week?
That the Browns are ready to stop Browning. They on a whole nother, I don't know what it is, but the culture's good. They playing good football. They came into Nashville yesterday, and they gangster slapped the Titans in the mouth, and they knocked a few teeth out. And the Titans tried to fight back later, but, the whole time I was thinking, just Chef in general from week to week. They shoot themselves in the foot. They continue to shoot themselves in the foot. Yesterday, they ain't really had time to get shot in the foot. They got shot, period. In the mouth, over the top, everything else. Impressive win for the Browns. One more win away from hitting the 10 mark like our guy Trav had predicted at the beginning of the season. So
Vic did too.
Vic did too.
Yeah, because this is a meme of me. So I got a meme though because of it. Hey, the one thing I'm gonna say about the Browns, again, back to this point about the lab always is the ability to evolve lies in the lab. Again, Cleveland, that's a team that I really thought wasn't ready. And this is not to slander the player. This is more so to say he needs to be somewhere better for him. But it's been a little different since Odell got injured, unfortunately.
Yep.
But that team has looked a little different. That team is forming a real identity, and Baker is playing better. And it's got everything to do with everything, but it's got a lot to do with Odell at the same time. And some pieces, no matter how shiny, just don't fit into the puzzle.
Mm. He don't fit into a lot of puzzles. I'm gonna be honest with you. So, again, he's one of those he's one of those receivers, one of those characters that needs to be with an elite quarterback, one of the veteran elite quarterbacks, a Roethlisberger, a Brady, a Rodgers. Maybe they should have tried that out. That to me, where Odell has to be, just personality wise, it's just. Listen, great talent, but it needs a real serious veteran quarterback to deal with.
Mr. Big Shot Ron, what did you learn this week?
What I learned this week is that these last 4 weeks, you better have your calculator, your abacus, that core math that these kids are doing nowadays. You better know how to do it because we have 1,001 playoff permutations with 4 weeks to go. None of this is clear. So just be prepared. I think we're going to continue to see some funny results like we saw with the Giants and Seattle. Not to get on big, but this is going to be a weird last 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of us, we like to make Super Bowl predictions, blah, blah, blah. You literally might not want to make one until you see the playoff matchup. This is the year
until the last game is over.
Yeah, this is the year I would not make any Super Bowl prediction until January 4th. And I'm being very serious.
Vic, what did you learn this week?
So, a couple things we can discuss here. First, the Titans and the Raiders. I don't know which one is worse. It's just there's so much inconsistency from two teams that look like they should be named with the elites at this stage. They got the players for it.
Who?
The Raiders and the Titans.
Okay, I don't know why you said the Raiders, but go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, me neither. I thought you said the Seahawks, honestly, but go ahead.
Yeah, but go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
I said Raiders and Titans should
you got
be
the
teams.
floor. You got the floor. You got the floor.
Okay, yeah. Look, so mute your mics or something. I don't know. Do something. So these are teams that I feel that have elite talent. I had a high expectations for both of these teams. Okay, and they're just so inconsistent. The Browns, again, that's a team. Listen, I don't want to be too high on that stock right now because they could take a massive dive next week. You know what I mean? So, but it's good to see what they got. Again, German and I talk about it a lot. Offensive line is great. That running back stable is great. The receivers and tight ends are good. You know what I mean? It's just the quarterback. The quarterback, is he going to catch up to the progression that everybody else is taking on that football team, including the defense? Remains to be seen. If they can do that, it's going to be fun to watch because that's a fun team to watch when everything is clicking. As far as the Russell Wilson criticism that I had before this, we pressed the live button, okay? I have Deshaun Watson here for 26 of 38, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, and they lost. I have Pat Mahomes. Let me finish. Mute your mics if you have to. 25 for 40, 318, 1 touchdown against a very good Denver secondary. Now, as much as y'all want to say about the Giants, I understand the offense is horrible, but that defense is very good. Now, I'm going to leave it up to the lab, to the film, to the two angles that we believe in and trust to judge if Russell Wilson had a bad game. Because as far as I know, 22 carries, according to Germ. They had 15 by the running backs, in which 7 had to be Russ scrambling or getting out of the pocket. 5 sacks to go along with that. So it looks like, again, I'm not trying to make excuses. He could play better, but they look like they just got beat by a good defense. Go ahead, Mo.
Okay.
Where's yours, buddy?
First of all, we never called Deshaun Watson best in the world.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, but you put him up there in top 5.
I did.
You put it
Me.
Second of
I
all,
don't say it. I did me, and he's
And I'll
playing
put
better
you-
than your boy
No, he not. No, he
right
not.
now.
No, he not. Okay, right now, maybe.
Right now.
No, he not. They lost.
All right. So they both lost.
they both
Hey.
did.
Hey, but guess what? Deshaun at least scored 20.
Come on, listen.
You sure?
Go ahead.
The Giants, you cannot score 12 points against the Giants, first of all.
Fair.
Second of
That's
all,
fair.
you're bringing up these sacks and you bringing up these how many times they had to throw the ball and run the ball and whatnot. Couple things. I believe it was you, Mr. Scout Extraordinaire, who said that sacks are the most overrated stat in the world. Secondly,
One of, yes.
secondly, we both know that sacks, based on the film, don't always look like what they do on game day. Because while it may look, it's going to always look like protection breakdown. Obviously, that's
Right.
going to happen on every sack. Duh. But what you're not going to see on game day is whether that guy was open, whether the quarterback made the wrong read or not.
Right.
So I can promise you, okay, I'll bet a whole box of Ham's delicious homemade cookies. Okay, the specialty kind too. That's how comfortable I am.
Ooh.
That at least one of those sacks, 2 of those sacks, was Russ not doing the proper thing.
The chances of that are very high, of course. That you said 1. Okay, so you're talking about 5 sacks, which, by the way, it's an overrated stat for a single player.
Sure.
As a team, if you're getting 5 sacks, means you're probably also getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
But listen, Russ, not to cut you off, but Russ is one of the most famous quarterbacks, or infamous rather,
Right.
for taking unnecessary sacks.
Yes, and I completely agree with that.
So
Completely agree. That's a weakness that he has.
what we talking about?
But
We
no,
talking
you guys.
about real stuff. We talking about
so you guys
facts.
want to slander because I am coining him the best in the world, but then we're gonna eliminate Deshaun Watson.
No,
or when they put some good
no.
coverages against Pat Mahomes and those guys. Yeah, they scored 3.5 points. Like
What I
they did
want
last week.
what I want you to just sit here and simply say, you are right, whether it's me or Germ or the whole class,
Mhm.
is that Russ, in order for him to reach that status, you notice I put an emphasis on it, of Mahomes and Brady, he needs to be
Of
able
Mahomes and most
to.
stop.
Well, wait a minute.
Stop. No. I have
Hey,
to stop.
No, you don't,
I
because
have-
you don't
yes.
even know. You don't even know where the road takes me.
Go ahead.
We still.
Go ahead. You're right. My
All
bad. My bad.
Cámate, tranquilo.
See,
All right.
see.
So, see, now I forgot what I was saying. In order for him to get to that Mahomes Wilson status, I mean
Brady.
Mahomes Brady status, forgive me, in that Mahomes Brady status, he's got to get to the point where he can mask certain deficiencies and certain flaws in his football team. Kansas City was not the best football team last year. They didn't have the best offensive line. They didn't have the best defensive line. They didn't have the best secondary. None of that. They didn't even have, they had probably bottom tier linebackers if we're being completely objective and honest. Okay, but what they did have was playmakers.
Put your fingers down.
A effective enough offensive line, and number 15, who could mask all those flaws. Same with what Brady did in 2016, right? And in 2018, when he was so-called past his prime. And Russ needs to get to that status. He needs to be able to do those things to get to that level. And I'm just not so sure that he's able to do that in January. He can do that in September, October, November.
Okay.
But I'm not so sure he's ready to do it in January.
So you're waiting for a playoff wins, right? With a team like this, for example, right? Not a very good team. You're waiting for playoff wins to put them in that class.
If Russ is who you say he is, this Seahawks team is good enough to get to February and, dare I say, win it. Do you disagree?
This week wasn't a good game for the whole team overall. So
you just gonna skip to
no.
Huh?
What you mean? I agree with you. So now
Okay,
he has to
that's
prove
all.
it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, he has to prove it to you playoff wise. What you mean, good night? Because as far as I know, he still got one Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes got one too. So
fair.
No,
but two completely different circumstances. Best defense in the last 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Best offense in the last 25 years.
Shout out to Kyle Shanahan for being in. Anyway, I'll keep it PG for giving that away. Let's just say.
Yo, we off this. Jaron, what you got to add, bro? You got it.
Okay, so as you see, what my name is Mo is preaching while Vic is reaching.
Of course.
That's the most important P.
Because you
in front of the
with
R, and that's the most important P in front of the reach that we ever seen in our life. But I just want y'all to understand that all of this Russell Wilson stuff and the critiques and the criticism are about the things that we're going to discuss this week on film, which Germ already knows what Vic is going to run into because Germ is prepared. Vic is not prepared yet. But, he's going to get this. He's going to get this work. We can actually go live if you want to when the film drop, and we can let you see and make the excuses then.
It's already
because it's going to be a lot of excuses making. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Tuesday.
I love it. Oh man.
Okay, but film study as well. So
with that being said, I just want to make sure we talk about this real briefly. The Rams showed me two things this week that is very important. The first thing that you showed me this look at Big Shot. The Rams showed me two things this week that were important. Number one, I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable with the linebackers, just a little bit, and they're a little interesting. It's an interesting group. When they play well, they play well.
I give you that.
When they play well, they play well. Like Pleasantville, they're swell too. Like that's how it kind of goes. But at the end of the day, this offense with those receivers, with the addition of Van Jefferson, I don't know if there's very many teams that's going to want to play them. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So that's all I'm going to say on that note. I've learned a couple things. 99, the 99 and the 20. Now we got 99 problems, but then 20 be another one. Hey, did I say 20 be another one? Never. Okay.
Yeah.
But
check it. It's LA, so you got 99, and then you got the dub.
Hey man, if you listen, at the end of the day, you got 99 who getting the 20 sacks. So it just is what it is. I mean,
I knew you were saying.
Look, man, but look, just we there. At the end of the day, we got some great things here for this Titans game for the Browns in this perspective. When Baker is clicking, the offense has a ceiling that maybe 5 or 6 teams has. Because now we see that they have the tight ends, the receivers now, and we already know about the running game. This year, the Browns offensive line is graded by PFF as the best run blocking and the best at pass blocking.
Wow.
Jeez.
That in itself, with a rookie left tackle, a first-year right tackle, a center who was given up on by the Green Bay Packers, Joe Bitonio, who's the only guy left from the previous tenure, and Wyatt Teller, who played terrible last year, but has added weight, added muscle, and has played better. That is the best group in football right now. Who would have thought?
That's crazy.
And Nick Chubb, even with him being out for 4 weeks, is on an MVP type of scale up, even after the game last week.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
So with those things being said, this is what I suggested, Mo, for next week. Our thread for our game next week needs to be 2 Spider-Mans. One Spider-Man pointing at the other. One is the Ravens, one at the Browns.
Ooh.
Because that right there in itself, Cleveland can end, and Cleveland can hit these folks next week with the haymaker and put the Ravens out of the playoffs.
That'd be beautiful, man.
Pretty much next week.
That would be.
Oh man, I hope Dion and Dennis are watching.
Yes, well, we're gonna invite them to Monday night.
Yes, we are.
Monday
night. Yes, we are. We'll see if Robert Cobb is available too.
Absolutely.
Tell Dion to get his Zoom.
I'm gonna send.
Now.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send him the link. I'm gonna send him the link Friday. That way he got a whole weekend to make sure we can figure it out.
He could practice clicking.
we go send him that way he can got the whole weekend to figure everything out. I just want to make sure, I want to make sure he got an extended stay on the Zoom conference. I'm gonna give him the free pass, to stay the whole weekend. Tell him don't even log out. Just stay on.
Just stay there.
Yeah, just stay there. Just stay there. Yeah, just stay there. Just minimize the tab. Don't worry about it. But that being said, man, those are the things that I learned this week. More importantly, man, I'm gonna be honest. We got some great games coming up, like Big Shot said. For the pre-production meeting with me and Big Shot and the fellas here, we were just talking briefly about it. We got a lot of great games coming up. Time now in my time zone is 4:44, just so y'all know. I don't even know. I just turned to my right a little bit, but I've been seeing that number a lot.
Me too.
But
Illuminati dudes are current.
Oh man. So, fellas, I just want to say one more thing before we dive into these 2 games, and I want to get everybody's thoughts. Who is the one team that you feel, if they make the playoffs, and I'm gonna give you 3 teams, that there are one team that teams should not want to play? I'm gonna give you AFC, and I'm gonna give you NFC. Colts, Dolphins, Raiders, and the AFC. Which team would be the most dangerous and why? I'm gonna actually start with Big Shot.
I'm gonna say the Colts, because they really have a To me, they got a really good defense. And of the three people that you've named, they've got the one guy who's been somewhere before.
Ham.
Ponies. Gotta roll with the Colts, man. Like Chef been saying, they control the line of scrimmage on both sides. So you get that flowing. Hey, y'all got the slogan on your shirt, right?
No.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, I got the Timberland on today. I apologize.
No beef, no Lombardi. Vic, who you got?
I mean, that was a great question, bro, because all three teams, they got something to work with. But obviously, you got a situation where the Raiders are not mature enough. Right, Ron? Maturity week, 2 weeks in a row, they wasn't mature enough.
Football maturity.
And then you got the Dolphins. Great defense, man, but that quarterback situation is like, anyway. And then I mean the Colts, like y'all said, the beef on both sides is incredible. That offensive line is another one that's fun to watch. Great rhythm between them whenever they gotta get out in any options and any type of outside runs, outside zone schemes. Fun to watch. So I mean, it has to be the Colts. Like Ron said, you got Phillip Rivers, who at least has some sort of, level of experience when it comes to the game.
I got a question after Mo gives his answer.
Mm-hmm. Who you got, Mo?
You said the Raiders, the Colts, and the Dolphins.
Yes.
See, this is why I don't like some of the questions you be asking me. Because really, you look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The obvious answer is the Colts for everything Jay and Big Shot
and Vic just said.
And Vic alluded to. But I'm going to say something a little unorthodox here.
You're going to say Miami.
Under one condition.
Tannehill.
No.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes. That is my only condition.
I don't need to ask my question then, because that was
your question?
My question was
crazy. That's crazy.
If you're Brian Flores, and we know Brian Flores is not about this tank life.
No.
He's trying to win all these games. He wasn't about this from the beginning. You Miami, you make the playoffs, but let's say Tua kind of slogs his way through these last 4 games. Would you? Would you go to the vet?
Absolutely.
For the playoffs? If Tua,
you should have been with the vet anyway.
I've said it for the last couple of weeks. I really believe he did not have a say on this move. I think that the rest of the front office saw how good this defense might be and said, let's start the rookie because maybe the defense will help the rookie, get some plays out there, have him put him opportunity.
And the defense has overachieved in a lot of areas.
Right.
And I'm not saying that they're bad. They've overachieved only because the defensive line is solid, but it's not great. The linebacker core has a couple of guys that are decent and then one guy who's ascending. You see what I'm saying? So we got to remember week 1, Jerome Baker had 18, 19 tackles, and the rest of the linebacking core had a total of like 5 together. Like come on, bro.
I think that with the front 7, you might have a situation where they're overachieving, but the secondary got great names and are playing great.
Absolutely.
So, so it might be a situation where the secondary is just, so good with their coverage that is helping that front 7. But I think this is obviously an elite defense. This is an obvious playoff elite defense. So Fitzpatrick, like I said yesterday in the game, there's a significant difference between when he's at quarterback and scoring and when Tua is at quarterback and scoring. They get to a negative aspect. So that's a great question, though, man. It's a great question.
And my last question before we go to the games.
Yes.
Which NFC East team is the most likely to win a playoff game if they make it to the dance? Mo Schefter, you can go first.
Shout out to Big Shot, FC Washington. You said NFC East team, right?
Yes. I'm only talking about NFC
Washington.
Ham, who you got?
With FC Washington as well, and I'm dubbing this whole thing as slothfully important. Hashtag going up in the comment section right now.
Big Shot, who you got? Man?
Hey, 3 for 3. FC Washington has shown me. They showed me the most, I guess, relatively the most.
Vic, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Washington too, bro. I'm
gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something real funny. Washington is the only team in that division that can rush the passer, that has a quarterback that can at least manage a 2-minute drill and not throw an interception, and have the pieces to be able to make a game interesting. That's it. The Cowboys don't have the offensive line. They don't have the offensive line. The way that Zeke and everybody has played this year has been subpar. I'm going to include Zeke in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
The defense is atrocious. And most importantly, they don't have Dak.
You said it.
The Giants, if the Giants make the playoffs, first of all, Vic, it's going to be Russell's fault if they make the playoffs, because I don't want to see that. If the Giants make the playoffs, they're one and done because they will not win a playoff game against any of these teams. They cannot beat any of these teams that are slated in this spots. They will not beat the Seahawks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
I was going to ask you that.
The Chargers.
Unless they see the Seahawks.
Man, listen, they wouldn't beat the Seahawks again. They better not. So, all right, with that being said, we're going to go into the games now.
Yes.
First, we are not at, we're in a big ketchup bottle.
Yes.
Gotta get the ketchup out. With that being said, hey man, first of all, over under Vegas 43.5 with the Steelers getting 6 points.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This game has been hard for me all day. I've been really I woke up this morning before I got out of bed. I was thinking, I'm like, that pass rush, the Steelers offensive line has always been subpar. Just kind of is what it is, except for DeCastro and Pouncey in the middle. I don't know. Chef, let me start with you.
Can I be honest?
Yes.
Okay. Sports is funny. Okay. I got this theory that the GOAT conversation must always carry on. And right when it seemed like Brady might be the exception to that, here comes Mahomes. Sports is funny. How funny would it be if Washington wins this game?
It wouldn't be funny.
The amount of anger from Steelers fans towards the NFL for making this a Monday afternoon game would be incredible. And I think for me, it will be, if anything, something we all remember. Saying, damn, Pittsburgh went 15-1 that year, but that one loss came in that Monday afternoon. Washington is a team that, like you said, Germ, they can just do things to win a football game. Now, I know that secondary is not something to rave about, but it's not necessarily slothful either. And they have been trending up. I'm going with Washington, man. I just am. It's going to be a really good game. I'm hoping. Maybe I just want to see a good game because I haven't really sat down and watched a football game in like 7 days, which is a long time during this time of the year. I just want to see FC Washington win this game because Pittsburgh's not going undefeated. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. They're just not going undefeated. So this loss is coming at some point. I don't think it's going to be against the Bills, but I do think a team like FC Washington or Cleveland has what it takes to get them that loss. So I'm going with FC Washington. That's it. That's
Big shot.
I'm going to go Pittsburgh for the win, but to kind of piggyback off Mo, I don't like – it's 11-0. I don't really like the last couple of weeks of what I've seen out of Pittsburgh. Maybe it's the schedule changes, maybe it's whatever, but the last 2-3 weeks in Pittsburgh, it ain't really been vintage football. So Give me Pittsburgh an uncomfortable W for the Pittsburgh.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Damn.
That's what I was thinking. Because of what it is. 6 lines at 6. Pittsburgh will win but won't cover. So I look at that. Wouldn't shock me though if the FC crew they got out and got the dub either. It's lawfully important for them too.
Yeah.
So it's like they not just gonna show up and just we here to play the schedule out. No, they got something to play for. And not just pride. So
Vic?
It just feels like that if Washington wins this game, it's gonna be because of a very physical, low-scoring game. But looking at the Steelers' schedule, you got Washington, you got Buffalo, you got Cincinnati, you got the Colts, and you got the Browns. I think that the Steelers finish the season 13-3, which means that they will lose to me against the Browns, the Colts, and the Bills, but they're gonna win today. Bills, Browns, Colts. Look it. They're gonna win today though against FC.
Wait. You got the Bills, Browns, and Colts in the conference championship?
No.
The Steelers.
Beating the Steelers.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. I was trying to text somebody.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Man, dude, this is so hard.
I thought I almost my laptop.
You know what? Give me Pittsburgh only because my gut is telling me Pittsburgh.
Right.
It's my mind saying Washington.
Yeah, I hear you. I
don't know if they cover though. I don't know if they cover. I think it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, it might
be honest. And then last but not least, we got Buffalo sliding in they're in Glendale though. Because they're not in San Francisco.
Right.
We got the over-under at 47.5. They're actually giving Frisco a 1.5 as the favorites. Look, I'm going to say this now, and we're going to go around the panel and come back to me to close it. 2 things. This is a You Better special.
Yes. Say that, Germ.
Man, listen, if your Ferrari, if you pulling it out the driveway today, Mr. Josh Allen, you are that Ferrari. If I pull you out this garage today, son, I'm gonna need for you to put some tread marks on this terrain over here. I'm gonna need for you to make this happen. I need you to put up 30 on these folks. That's what I need you to do. Because if Nick Mullins beats you, we got some words for you. We got some words for you in that 22 lab, man. Big shot.
Football maturity. This is a football maturity check for Buffalo to see.
It really is.
So I'm gonna pick them to win.
Mm-hmm.
But should they lose, you can officially scratch them off whatever list you had of contention if they lose this game tonight. This is a complete test of football maturity.
Vic, what you think?
Buffalo is a healthy football team going into this game. So again, they gotta win this game. There's really not much else. Josh Allen, again, continue going up, continue progression. Show this Mosif guy that he can play in this league.
Come on.
J-Ham.
I'm still Chef Thunder. You either 99 cents or you $4.
Say that, Jay.
It's the same narrative my man been kicking about them. Yo, you either that, you either legit or you fugazi. You know what I'm saying? How you want to play it. Not just Josh Allen, but the whole squad. But you're definitely right. It starts with the dude with the keys. Big test. You're on the road. You're in Arizona. You know, your sinuses, you ain't going to be bothering you. You got dry, you got dry air. You straight. Go handle your business. Show us that you about that $4, about being a $4 single. As opposed to the 99 cent.
Mm-hmm.
Mo, who you got, man?
Hey, listen. You either lived it or you scribbled it in your notepad and created your life. Okay? Around the holiday season, it's specials all the time. So if the Bills lose, you can find them next week 35% off. Okay? Give me the Bills in a You Better special.
I'm rolling with the Bills as well. This has been a tough week of picks in general.
Mhm.
I mean, bro, what?
I'm
We got some games. We got some games that we won by just terrible defensive play calling, literally.
True.
So with that being said, Big Shot,
Are y'all gonna be on tomorrow night?
absolutely.
Yes.
That's the
So
goal.
I will probably Big Shot got to do his 9 to 5 tomorrow. So I probably won't be on. So let me get this out the way. Dennis King, I love you. Dion Reed, I love you. But let me explain this to y'all very clearly. If you lose this game tomorrow night to Dallas, it's over. It's done.
over.
I want it to be.
Yeah.
I want them to win so that they can go to Cleveland and see what happens there. But
I want the Cleveland game to mean something. If they lose this game
Right.
to Dallas tomorrow night, it's done.
Done.
It's over.
Benito. Sayonara, suckers.
That is my
Real quick.
analysis of Dallas and Baltimore for tomorrow, since I will be here. Germ, can close us up out of here.
Vic, I'm gonna let Vic get his last comment in real quick.
shout out to April. She said Raiders vs Colts next week. We may be able to get on the live, do a live film study. She's going to join me for the Raiders. We can do that, and then German and I can go Russell Wilson, Seahawks. Do a little live study, see if the folks
Don't-
want to join and see what we go through.
Don't do this to yourself.
You don't do this to yourself. You better be ready.
Don't you do this to yourself. All right,
Anyway,
so with that,
close it out.
So with that being said, you ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you for joining. Again, The Scene YouTube. Make sure y'all know what to do. Subscribe. Mash that like button. Subscribe. Leave any comments that you need to before or after when it comes down to the shows. Check out everything we have on the scene. Of course, we got Twitter over there that Ham is representing at scene_the. Big Shot is representing the Instagram, the.scene Instagram. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys check out all of the content and the beautiful things. Hey, man, y'all just never know when we may come back.
That's why you got to keep your notifications on.
Yes.
Keep them on. So keep them notifications on, because the scene going to put you on. Without further ado, 2-2. Enjoy the game.